Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Continuing my conversation with Dr. Geetinder Goyal. He's with Our Way Health. That's OurWayHealth.com. It's a great practice, really an important practice, because let me tell you, it's your business to keep an eye on your financial costs when it comes to your health care, which is why we wanted to have this topic here on our program. Dr. Goyal, glad as always to have you on. We were talking about the problems with the old model, how it's really designed to fail. I mean, it really is literally designed to fail. And there's a lot of people who believe that Obamacare was done in such a way because they knew that it would only make the situation even worse, eventually leading to a single-payer system. Well, frankly, it didn't take a whole lot to create a situation to make it worse. So let's talk about what a better way looks like.
For me, the better way puts the consumer at the purchasing point, basically gives the power back to the consumer when you buy healthcare. When the money is coming out of our pocket, that's when we ask the critical question, how much does this cost? Right now, when we use insurance, we are basically assuming that somebody else is paying for our health care. There is just no transparency in the system, right? So we need to bring transparency back. And some of it is happening because of the influx of high deductible plans in our insurance market, where more out-of-pocket costs are given to the consumer.
Which means he or she's going to be watching a little closely how that money is being spent.
Exactly, and asking the right questions, from the people who are selling these healthcare services. Mm-hmm. So definitely, I feel like the way to go is educate our consumer, bring knowledge and transparency to the consumer, where you are asking, what am I paying for, what I'm buying. Mm-hmm. And the way to go about doing this is to create free market providers in our system. And by free market, I mean is that I am selling a service. I'm a physician. And you, if you're a patient, you are buying a service. And the transaction needs to happen between the two of us. So I can set my own price, and you can determine if it is a good price for the services you are getting. That's what a healthy market does. And in every other industry, that's how it happens. For somehow in healthcare, we place healthcare on a different island, so to speak.
Right. We have these external entities that have nothing to do between the very important relationship between the doctor and the patient. Then all of a sudden they're now driving this important action of healthcare itself. Mm-hmm. At least we're a little bit beyond the HMO crazy days of, oh, no, you can't do that procedure. Oh, you can do this procedure, where it literally made it impossible for there to be a real relationship between the doctor and the patient. But it's really not significantly better. It's still insane, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, you bring out an important point, the relationship between a doctor and a patient, really. Imagine playing a football game without a quarterback, or without a good line of defense. That's what a primary care doctor is for any patient. But a primary care doctor can only fulfill those roles if he has time, right? And the insurance-based system really has taken away the time out of a doctor-patient relationship.
That's very crucial, and your practice is decidedly different. Talk about that.
Yeah, so what we have done is we have bundled a set of primary care services into one low flat monthly payment. And so you pay us on a monthly membership-based system, just like you would in a gym, and you have access to all the services we provide in our clinic.
As often as necessary. And time frames that are beyond the 5 minutes that you would get normally with a doctor.
Correct. And the model itself is not new. There are a lot of practices doing the similar model. But what we are trying to do is really also reinvent primary care by bringing patient engagement back into the doctor-patient relationship.
Dr. Geetinder Goyal, you're going to be seeing more of him here on The Price of Business. He's also often on the radio program. When we come back, we're going to have more for you. Make sure you check us out also at priceofbusiness.com. And this is The Price of Business.